तेरी मेर दा बोलना तुदे आगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास आद गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सत गुरे नमः श्री गुरु देवे नमः। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा। It is very fortunate that out of many days we got this Sunday to be here at the house of Guru Ramdas. Today we have come to the house of the Guru to understand the unique gift of life. If you lose $50,000 or $100,000, your life becomes upside down. Oh my God, I've lost this much money. What I'll do? You worry, you yell and scream, you talk around. And that is the money you have earned for a long time, and you saved that money for rainy days or for further expansion or for a further comfort. It is nothing but money, and you earned it. You can earn it again. You have the choice to earn it, and you could earn again, and you could lose again. Loss and gain is the game of life. But the gift of God, the life, the gift of life, the pranas which has been given to you, neither you can earn again, neither you have the capacity to deal with it. And every day you are losing thousands of the life breath without even worrying. You are so concerned about little loss. You are so concerned about little gain. But all the loss and all the gain of the whole life is based on the pranic breath. Somebody is 65-year-old is dead, somebody 75-year-old dead, somebody 92-year-old dead, somebody 30-year-old dead, somebody 10-year-old dies. It is not the years, it's the consumption of the grant of that pranic breath. Once given, they are yours. Once, ek var har ji je ਧਿਆਏ, ek var Guru Charan Parsraye, ek var मन पाया आनंद। दुपदा मिट गई, हार जी मन। एक बार, just once. You have no control. You can earn money again. You can enjoy again. You can recuperate the loss again. But to serve the Guru's house, to dedicate your pranic wealth is one chance. Won't come back again. Sometimes you say, suppose somebody left 3HO, why he cannot come back again? Can't. Can't. And the one who comes back has not left? Can't. ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ. Everyday, it is not an everyday affair. It's not a game of quality and quantity. It is not a suggestion or logic or reason. It is a simple dedication. God gave you the pranic wealth to go to the earth and live in the sensitivity of the planet and remember the Guru, the guide, and through that remember God. Now, there's a new, I will call it ideologic theory now. Idealistic theory I won't care because these idiots have a new theory. And they are classified idiots, born to be condemned and never to be liberated. Their theory is, God is in me, God is around me, I know God. It is just saying, the roof is there, I know the roof, I'm going to jump over it. Doesn't matter, it is 30 feet high. They don't need the ladder. These egomaniacs cannot create the relationship between the self and the ladder. They shall never be on the roof. They do not process the channel. And actually, it is my personal experience, those who talk about God are all egomaniacs because they want to cover themselves with such thing vast which doesn't exist, which you cannot nail them down, you cannot pin them down, there's no do's and don'ts, and they can do everything and say, I'm spiritual. This fraud is fascinating. It is just like telling somebody, oh, in the Sahara I have an oasis, I know it, there are beautiful sweet dates and water is fantastic and I know the place. Where? Well, it's everywhere. Go to Sahara and you will find the oasis. That's how they talk. I know God, I love God, God is with me, God is not going to abandon me. No, God has abandoned you. Don't be foolish. Gave you a pranic wealth. E vanjariya hath punji tere. Karam karaye Ram. God has given you that punji, the breath, the pranic wealth, and tell you to go on a journey, a finite journey, well-defined journey of do's and don'ts, and then come back. Karya levat, pyarya, Gurmeet Sakha Sang Pai, Naam Adharya. Then come home to the God, singing and chanting and liberating everybody and being exalted. What is this? You have come to the earth. Oh, I have left $20 million in trust. I have left 30 houses, 19 children, 6 daughters, 20 sons. Then what? Make a pickle of whole thing. But what about you? Out of the earth you created more earth, out of the Maya you created more Maya, you call yourself successful? Yes, you're a successful idiot, agreed? No problem. Yeah. You lost the fantasy, you lost the imagination, you lost the reality, you lost the direction between you and God. You create a dream. Without the Guru's Shabad, God is not with you. It is just called exploitation. You know, when somebody exploits you, how mad you feel? You mean when you exploit God, God is going to be very happy and going to kiss you? Forget it. Today is the Sri Guru Granth's, our Guru's, Prakash Divas, birthday. Today we surrender ourselves to Guru's word. Today we become the Guru's abode. Today we acknowledge the highest faculty of God. Today we are not acknowledging, we are not poor. That's another problem. I was going through all those questions which I give in men's course. Fear of rejection, fear of success, fear of mother, fear of father. But nobody wrote, I have a fear of other men. I was surprised, I'm going up and down. There should be some fear of something. And nobody is afraid of God. None. 300 and some papers I evaluated. None said I am afraid of God. None wrote, I am afraid that I will not make it into God. And these are Sikhs. There is a lot of fear of a lot of things, but not a one fear of real thing that me, gee, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to go back home. Where is my home? Bruce Road? No. The question is, in the womb of the mother, this child is a yogi. He goes through 84 postures. Finally, he gets into Sisasan. Sisasan plus Garbhasan. When a child is born, 2 postures must be perfect. The posture of the womb and head down and think up. That's the normal way. Thanks to the cesarean and thanks to the other situation, fixing up and all that, but basically that's the last posture. And that is where a yogi and a gurmukh understand the ecstasy of consciousness. And you will be surprised, human child cries, no other child cries. Cold doesn't do that. Birds, chickens, they just jump up, they run around. Because that tranquility, that consciousness with this child gets in the womb of the mother is so unique. When it takes the first breath, then he becomes insecure. The difference between a yogi and a Brahmgyani and child is not at all. Only a yogi has worked hard to achieve something. A Brahmgyani has achieved it by devotion, by dharma, and a child has achieved it by birthright. But that cry added with other cries, oh, I am not successful, I am not getting married, my husband has run away, my wife has gone berserk, my children are coming up well, my job is online, my car is punctured, my tire is flat. With all those cry, that cry is not even remembered. It's not remembered why when you were born you cried. Though to get to that tranquility is your basic need, is urge, you have no time for it. That tranquility is such a tranquility to that tehel, mahal, tanko mile, jain pe sant kripal. All services and all palaces are at the service of that man, where saint is in bliss, saint is in blessing, saint is with that person. And what is saintlyhood, that Brahmagyan, what is that Brahmagyani? When the inner tranquility is balanced. Everything is with you. It is very surprising when I see you with the wealth and I see around you the unseen wealth. And then I push you, hey, you are rich. I tell you, quote by quote. He said, you know, I went to see Yogi Ji. This is Sri Singh Sahib. This is quote unquote, heard by these 2 ears. And I really wanted to give him some present. I didn't have a penny. So I took a flower, I went to see him. He was so nice to me and kind to me. And I felt so guilty. I didn't have any money. But one thing I didn't understand. He said, you are so rich. You are so wealthy. He said, I thought he knew everything. But God, he knows nothing. This man knows nothing. He didn't even know I don't have a penny. And I have bills to pay. Sure. Unfortunately, I see him very wealthy even still today. But the guy won't work. Neither he will meditate, nor he will concentrate. I must say, how can, you can even suffocate to that. You can close all your rooms and window and make it air seal. You will die. Though air is free, it's all around. If you are so uptight son of a son, who on this earth is going to do for you? If you do not recognize the gift of the pranic wealth, why God should give you any other gift? God is crazy? Hey, I give you $10 and you don't say thank you. You are going to understand I'm going to give you $100? You must be crazy. No. Not at all. That is not the way it works. And that is not the way it is going to work. Your richness is in store and it's going to freeze there, but you're not going to get it. Because you don't open up. You don't thank God enough. Cold water bites you. Meditation makes you go crazy. Amrit vela sachno vadai vichar. You don't hear. You must be dumb. Har ka naam ਧਿਆਏ ke ho ਹਰਿਆ ਪਾਈ ਕਰਮ ਲਖਨ ਤੇ ਪਾਏ ਰੁੱਤ ਸੁਆਈ. Just chanting. Har bolo, mere gursikh pai, har bolo sab paap le jai, har bolo. All sins depart by just saying. We have a kriya. Panch tattva kriya. Har har vahe guru. We do it. We know it. We have the technique. Anybody can do it. It can open up. Everything is in the closet. You don't want to touch the door. Do you want to open it? You don't want to go. And then you complain you are poor. Supne pya bikhari. Ek raja singhasan soya, supne pya bikhari. One king was sitting on a throne, he slept. He slept, and in his sleep he had a dream that he's a beggar. And he begs and begs and begs, and he's hungry and hungry, nobody gives him anything. In the pain he woke up, he was shocked. He was sleeping on the throne. Egat pai hamari. This is how we are. This is what our condition is. We are the spiritual masters who have become spiritual monsters. Because we are sitting on the throne of Takht Raj Yog, house of Guru Ramdas, a throne of royalty and wealth, spirituality and divinity. And we are dreaming, being hungry, being poor, and being beggars. Because one thing we don't want to give up, we do not want to give up playing games. We play a game with our parents, with our friends, with our lovers, with our beloveds. With everything in the world we play our games. Including now, we play games with God. for the earthly convenience. We are irrational to our other, even inner heavenly self. We are fortunate that we have Sri Guru Granth to relate. But we are unfortunate, we have drugs to relate to. We do not want to become spiritually high. We want to become physically high. Physically high will have a physical fall, spiritual high will have a spiritual abode. There's a difference. It is not the relevance of the consequences. It's the question of, are you grateful for the pranic gift God gave you? That's the question. Are you grateful for the opportunity Guru provides you? That's the question. Are you willing to excel? That is the question. Are you willing to stop questioning and start praying? No, you want to know everything about this earth, around this earth, and all that. You don't want to know one thing, where you have come, why you have come, where you have to go, and why you have to go. And one thing you don't want to know, where you are. All the outer conveniences cannot bring you the inner peace. All the outer securities cannot give you security. You know, when somebody gets about 50 and above and body start getting old and can't do those things which you were doing when you were 25, okay? Then what you do? You want to give all the wealth to get back. No, you can't get back. And then you get more insecure and more insecure. It's called middle-age crisis. A very heavy thing. It's very funny. First is called child syndrome and crisis, which is at 11 years starts. Then it's called adult syndrome and crisis, which is 20 years, which are painful and horrible, and God, you can't believe it. And then they call it man and his crisis, that is 33. And that is called, they call the man and the earth crisis, that is at 44. And man and age crisis, which are at 55. And man and his self in crisis at 66. Man and conscious crisis exactly at 77. Every 10 years, man faces crisis. Man has then identity crisis at 88. And man has his life trip and his crisis at 99. And if you take snake and ladder game, you will find at 99 there is a snake which brings you back to the Avagavan. And that is how that game Lila, or ladder and stake, that game was designed. And ladder is the Guru's word, it excels you, it puts you up. The snake is your own ego. It is very funny that you don't want to learn what you have come to learn. You don't want to earn what you have come to earn. This man is born, lost his tranquility. As a child, he doesn't want that tranquility. Mama, papa, papa, mama, mama, papa, papa, mama. Earth, father, God, God, earth, God. Actually, what is mama, papa? Earth is mother earth. Papa is the God, papa. He forgets them, drops them totally. Has nothing to do with it. All is his mirth, his mother, the earthly mother, that woman and that. If that woman can give him, say, no, mother is your earth, God is your father, we are the servants, then you will understand Pavan Guru, Pani Pita, Mata Dharta Mat, Divs Raat, Doi Dai Daya, Khele Sagal Jigat. He explaining, nobody has explained these two lines. Pavan Guru, Pavan Guru, Pavan. Pavan means Vahan of the prana. Pavan doesn't mean air. Air is the Vahan of the prana. Air has the power of the pranic energy. It's not the oxygen. If man dies, you give him as much oxygen, he is not going to live. So it is not oxygen, just remember. Normally, so we breathe air because of it has carbon dioxide, it has sulfur dioxide too. You don't die with that. Pavan Guru. Pavan, prana, vahan of the prana is Guru. Why? Because it is the Pavan which creates the word. Because we are Sikhs of the Shabd Guru, that is why Pavan Guru. Pani Pita. Father is the water. Father is the water. And what is water? 60% of us. 40% earth, 60% father, the water. Mata Dartamat, that 40% is the mother, 60% is the father. Pavan Guru. Pavan. That mother and father creates the Pavan Guru. And you see the earth and the ocean, the entire movement of this planet is controlled by the movement of the low pressure and high pressure of the air. All formations and everything is just air. You really want to look at the reality of it? Divs Raat Do Dai Daya. Day and night. There are two Dai Daya. Mama, Mataji and Pitaji. Tu mera mata, tu mera pita. Tu mera pita, tu mera mata. Call it any way you want. Are day and night. Divs Raat Do Dai Daya, Khele Sagal Jagat. The entire universe play that game. If the mother tells the child and father tells the child, your real mother is earth and your real father is God. And you can only recognize with the Pavan Guru, with the Shabad, with the Guru. The problem will be solved. No, man says, I am your mother. Understand? Man says, Mata says, Mataji says, don't do it. Don't do it. And he said, I am your Pitaji, don't you hear me? Stop! Oh my God, these people who are the servant of God given to that child has become monsters instead of masters of service. These are masters at service. They have become monster of ego. And poor child has lost tranquility. When he becomes adult, he has no chance of tranquility either. Because he is told, you are no good a man. He says, why? You didn't take me to dinner. You are no good a man. You do not take care of me. One girl said, all I wanted a man who should take care of me. I said, very good. You have heard the English thing, first deserve, then desire. He said, what I have to do to deserve? I say, in your presence, can everybody feel exalted? By your words, can anybody feel tranquilized? Have you that sacredness that people should worship you? She said, not at all. I said, then you better join Playboy Club. That's where really you belong to. And try to become Playboy Bunny of this year. It's not here, honey. Here the sacredness is worshipped. Real thing. You want to be taken care of? Yes. You want all services at your command? Yes. You want all the wealth to come and serve you? Yes, it can happen. Just put your light up, remove the darkness. And on light, all these patangas, all these moths will come and sacrifice. All Maya will come on that light lit candle and even burn itself. You ask one thing, thousands things will come. That is a Guru's word. Today, we are being taught, if we will not have Raj, government, rulership or sovereignty of the earth, we will be no good. Dharam won't spread. Such crazy ideas are given to us today. Tell me which dharam has spread by a government? Dharams have overtaken governments. Governments have never taken over dharam. Governments have adopted dharam and government dharam so that people may be tranquil and not revolt against their nonsense. Dharam has been used by governments to keep people under control. Religious issues are being discussed today in America as political issues to divide people, to gain strength, so that people may forget that there is a tremendous death hanging and our president is spending billions of dollars to enhance it. I never expected in the dream of my dream, the Americans are so crazy and so idiots and so insensitive. They are forgetting the main issue. This Jirvana, this angel of death, is creating a war machine and not stopping. Even the Russians who do not believe in God say, well, let us talk and stop it. He said, no. No, no. No stopping anymore. I got to produce Star War game with you. I know we will be dead, but you should know you will be dead. Now the rulership of planet is with who can create more death and how quick. Now can you believe that? That's the main issue. And it is being confused by abortion, yes or no, taxes direct or no direct, and all this whole nonsense. The basic issue that we are augment death now in space. That day we fire a satellite in faith, we say, we were 100% accurate. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Clap for them. Oh, can you believe it? You are the first to make the atom bomb. You are the first to use the atom bomb on humans as experiment. You are the first who made the hydrogen bomb. You are first to use it, ready to use it. That's what you always say. And you are the first who went through this space nonsense, and I'm like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to end up? You see the newspaper or you watch 7 o'clock news all the way, America Today, whatever the thing they call it. You watch CNN Evening News, all is just confusing the issue. Tremendous amount of death machine is being created to annihilate the entire humanity. In the name of silent majority of being Christian and love of God, thou shalt not kill. And they call it there should be a Christian and Judo dialogue. Dialogue of what? To support the government to create more war machine. Stand behind this government because it is taking all the debt and giving you jobs and giving you money and makes you rich, and one day you won't be in a position to pay the interest. It's $1.6 trillion national debt, man. You understand what that means? You don't have a land at the present price rate to sell it to pay your national debt. This earth needs the respect and the reverence and the sacredness to be treated as a Mother Earth. Not a place to be exploited, misused, abused. That Heavenly Father has to come back into the heart. And this will only come when the spread of the word of the Guru will happen. There is a crusade going on. Kill, kill, kill the commies, kill the commies, kill the commies. And the commandment says, thou shalt not kill. You are thinking of a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you are thinking of a marriage and now divorce, you are thinking of a wife and a husband. I am telling you, think of the whole universe, it will be too late otherwise. It's the time to relate to the infinite God through the word of the Guru. Problem is, with the infinite God you are willing to relate to. With the word of Guru you are scared. Because with the word of the Guru, then channel is prescribed and then there are do's and don'ts. That you don't like. You don't want to get up, but look like you have got up. You don't want to meditate, you look like you have meditated. You don't want to do things, you look like doing it. You can try to put it out, the vibration, you are doing everything right, but nothing is right around you because there is nothing right you are doing. So let us sincerely start on the birthday of the Sri Guru Granth. Let us ask forgiveness. Let us excel. Let us relate to the word of the Guru. Let us understand the Guru. Let us create the vibration. Let us serve the Mother Earth. Let us bring the Heavenly Father on the earth, and let us bring peace, tranquility, and beauty in which man is supposed to live. Let us create Garden of Eden now, and let us not listen to the snake, the warmongers. Is a great problem in my own personal life. When somebody says so and so is bad, I don't agree with it, and people don't agree with me. Because it shocks me when you say, such and such person is bad. Don't you see in that person there is something good somewhere? Can you not accept that part? If we accept the goodness in everybody, then we can help everybody to eliminate the rotten thing. We have to have city to have a city dump, but we also have a power to burn and eliminate the city dump. But if we don't have city, then dump will be everywhere. And we'll be living in a ghetto. And that's what we are doing. We are living in a spiritual ghetto. To bring people to a Gurdwara, we have to make a special telephone call that day. Oh, it is Saturday. Oh, we'll go. Arey, one chance that you can go to the Guru's house and listen to Guru Kirtan and be with the Guru, jump not on that opportunity. Somebody said, I want to go this weekend for relaxation. I said, where? To the Gurdwara? He said, no, I'm just going in the mountains. I want to feel high. Can you believe this insanity? Going to the mountains is not a bad idea. But still it's an earthly height. It's not a spiritual height. Man is born to experience the spiritual height. Moment you attain a spiritual height, everything will come. High pressure will bring lower air all to the bottom. That's the law. So now is the time to bring tranquility, peace, and strength to ourselves. And we should understand that. Let us not delay it, so we should not be sorry about it. Let us today, on the birthday of the Sri Guru Granth, make a solemn effort that for a year we'll do sadhana, we'll meditate, and we'll be with the Guru's word, so that we come out of this jungle of confusion and live in peace, reality, and prosperity, which is around us all the time. And we can't have it because we can't reach for it. It is the pranic wealth which created the earthly wealth. Relate to the pranic wealth, earthly wealth will come to you. Relate to the earthly wealth, you will lose the earthly wealth as well as the pranic wealth. It's such a catch-22. It never works. Now is the time that we should be in God's grace. God has guided us to the Guru's door. Guru is telling us what to do. Let us do it all the way so that we can experience what Guru says. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.